Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And I'm just gonna start this video by saying that it took me a month to get this background. Like, I don't know if I've just been tremendously unlucky, but ever since Rising Tides happened, when I opened the client for the first time, I got this gorgeous animated background with Misfortune just riding towards Bilgewater, and then I had to like reboot the client for some reason, and I never saw it again. And it's been like this for, yeah, like close to a month, and now I opened my client and I actually have it. I'm like, okay, it actually exists. Praise be. So am I the only one who's like struggled to get this? Because I would sometimes like reboot and try to like multiple times to find this one, and I just wouldn't. I don't know. It was just really weird to me. Regardless, today we're gonna showcase a deck that I have showcased on the channel before, but a more upgraded version of the list. I expected the balance patch to have been implemented today, but it turns out I did not read the finer print in the patch notes, and ever since the game was officially released and the game was available on mobile, it turns out that they're going to be implementing these big patches one day later, so that both the PC players and the mobile players have the changes available to them simultaneously. So even though the patch notes are revealed on Monday, apparently it takes 48 hours this time around for them to be actually implemented, right? So yeah, it turns out that I thought, because yesterday it was my girlfriend's birthday, so I was like, well, that kind of sucks that I'm gonna miss the patch day and all that stuff, but priorities are priorities, so I'll just get back at it the next day. And I had like a deck that I wanted to build and do a lot of recording with in the morning, which would be today's video, but that changed around, and now I kind of had to improv a video a bit out of nowhere. But like I said, I have a deck that I showcased on my stream a few days back, a deck that I really like from Freljord and Bilgewater combined together, and it's not the Sejuani version. No, it's the ASHE Frostbite vulnerable mid-range, as I like to call it. The general concept of this deck is I love combining the vulnerable keyword with Frostbite mechanics, specifically with ASHE herself, because if we have ASHE on turn 4 and we basically carried over at least one spell mana, we can go for You've Been Warned onto one of our opposing units, mainly like the strongest one generally, because it's the one that we're going to be able to frostbite. We attack with ASHE, we frostbite the unit that we targeted, and then we just get to basically kill it technically for free, because we're going to be cycling this card that we use for that, as we're going to draw a card as we kill the unit, right? So I really like the ability to turn opposing units vulnerable and then give them the frostbite keyword, and well, just the frostbite status, and then just pick them off this way. So this is a really neat deck concept that I have significantly improved from the last version that I showcased on this channel. There have been very powerful changes going on here that have really stepped up the consistency and overall the power level of this archetype. One of the big changes that I've implemented is I've incorporated the Avarician Trapper as my 3-drop. This guy doesn't really technically synergize much with the deck at all, but it turns out that Avarician Trapper is a phenomenal 3-drop on his own, just pure value, and makes even more sense in this deck because we are running a full set of salvage. Now, what does Avarician Trapper have to do with salvage? Well, with salvage, we get to draw through our deck at burst speed, and because the Avarician Trapper leaves an Enraged Yeti at the top 3 cards of our deck, either in slot 1, 2, or 3, we're going to be able to go for salvage and then fish that Enraged Yeti in our deck and play it for just 1 mana and have a card draw effect plus a strong tempo play combined together, right? Because a 1 mana 5/5 is pretty ridiculous, and the ability to draw cards and play that means that we're technically spending 5 mana for a 5/5, and we're drawing an extra card as well, which is really neat. And it's really important for the Avarician Trapper to be in this deck because he contributes to us developing a strong board state on which we can really apply pressure onto the opponent with frostbite support and potential rally, as we are running a full set of the Citrus Courier, aka Orange Man. Orange Man bad, very bad, and even badder in this deck right here. Full set of him. People ask, well, how do you enable the plunder? Well, most of the time when we're attacking, we're going to enable plunder through misfortune or just by connecting onto the opposing nexus because we have a leveled up Ashe, right? Citrus Courier is there to come in for the turns in which we leveled up Ashe and we're frostbiting the opponent's defenses, we're breaking through, and then we get an extra attack on them, which just proves to be utterly devastating, as leveled up Ashe prevents enemies with 0 power to block, right? So rally effects with Ashe have always been really powerful, and this region in Bilgewater mixes in with what we're doing much better than regions like, for example, Demacia, which carry the rally component onto them as well, right? We are running Salvage alongside Babbling Burke as our card draw, like I mentioned, a full set of Razor Skill Hunter. Fantastic 5-drop in this deck. Grants enemy vulnerable, so we can, do the whole frostbite, pick him off tactic that I mentioned, but also potentially really strong with the Citrus Courier as well, as we can lead off with an attack initially with our Ashe and everything. Then we get the plunder, we drop the Citrus Courier, we attack with the Razor Skill Hunter alone, and then we attack with everything again. And this can be a very, very easy way for us to level up Misfortune, for example, which is just as important in this deck as Ashe is. Both of them benefit from very similar things and happen to function really well together, as Misfortune denies barriers from preventing us from picking off the opponent after we frostbite them, and overall they just really, really work together. On turn 3, turn 4, they are part of a very ideal curve. Don't take that out of context, please. And yeah, normally or generally, this is how the deck works. Shoutouts to Hired Gun, very, very solid 2-drop that works really well in this build. And of course, your boy Omenhawk as the premier 1-drop of choice from the Freljord region. So yeah, when it comes to Frostbites, we have 2 Brittle Steels, 1 Flash Trees, and a couple of Harsh Winds at the top end of our curve. And that is the deck list right there. It's highly optimized. Like I said, I really, really like playing this deck. I think it's just overall really solid. And with the upcoming nerfs to burn, I believe it's going to be even better. This deck becomes better in a metagame where there are a lot of unit-based decks running around, right? But thanks to the rally effects from Citrus Courier, we also have really strong game against control decks too. And that's what I really like about this list. So without further ado, I'm going to showcase some gameplay that I had a few days back. Some different matchups, some more memey, some more meta, right? And yeah, just 4 games in which you guys can see this deck in action against all sorts of different archetypes. And hopefully you try it out yourselves. And, this is what I like to call marksman mid-range, basically, because it's guns and bows, right? So yeah, just shoot your opponent again and again, and eventually you win. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Tomorrow onwards, we got the new balance patch implemented, and I'm going to start things up. I don't know if I'm going to start first with Monkey Idol or with the slot bot. One of the two. You're going to see a video about that very soon. So yeah, love ya. Have a soul day. Enjoy the games. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, let's try this. All right.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat. The dead don't need riches.
Doesn't have Sejuani, so I don't feel like I need to prevent plunder there.
Fortune favors the bold. Hey there, Red. Well, that's one fantasy come true. Don't get ahead of yourself. Love ya. Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Vessel's small, but she ain't lacking courage.
I think I saw her at the used ship emporium. Dead or alive? Show me a target. Mwah.
Vessel's small, but she ain't lacking courage.
I think I saw her at the used ship emporium.
It's hard to get rich. I'll protect the villages.
Love ya.
No! There's plenty of killing left.
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of plays over the past.
I'll hunt them where they breathe.
Where they breed or where they breathe?
Now, where did that one run off to? The hunt is on.
Mwah. I'll be damned.
Swim quickly, little fish. You poor thing.
Love ya.
Let me sing. Fell into him. Set the hooks. Better than eating.
Guide our allies, my friend.
I've played this before, playing the Yeti, because the difference between a 5-5 Yeti and a 6-6 Yeti is not that great, so I'd rather shuffle a Yeti afterwards. 7 cards in hand.
Patience.
Patience. Okay, so they have multiple snacks. 1, 2, 3. They can go up pretty high.
These stories were true.
Arigato gozaimasu! Okay, now they can't triple snacks.
I've got my eye on you. Avarosans, stand together.
Hooked on the trail.
Fresh out of mercy.
Okay, so with 8 mana, he can only go for 2 Poro snacks, which means that she will 100% kill this. I'm gonna drag you here.
No regrets, no mercy.
No mercy. Let's go, baby.
My aim is true.
If you got a harsh winds, I'm gonna be pissed.
Vessel's small, but she ain't lacking courage.
I think I saw her at the used ship emporium.
Alright, I like that. He stole my crystal arrow. Motherfucker. That's ridiculous, man. Like, it hard counters failure. It's so hard.
Fell into him. Go and harvest him. Three Teeth told me about this one. Eye sharp as my spear.
So this is the setup that I'm talking about. Now we can attack with everything. If for some weird reason my opponent was able to survive this attack, then I could drop the Citrus Courier and then attack only with him, and then just blow him back, right?
As the arrow flies.
I'm through waiting.
Still dead.
That's why I'm the captain.
There we go. Thoughts on Misfortune's level up animation? I don't know what all the fuzz is about. I like it. I think it's good. I don't know why people have a thing against it, honestly. I don't know what I'm facing. I'm gonna keep Omen Hawk right here. Maybe just some like aggro deck without Piltover. Let's drop Harsh Winds. Let's keep everything else. It's pretty neat, actually.
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
It's pretty damn neat. Because now I can just dive my bird into that. And that just feels good, man. Also, Ashe at 6'4" is fantastic.
Time to make some coin.
Treasures of the ages for
Well, now that he's stolen, I can do this. I'm gonna play the Omen Hawk instead of the Avarice and Trapper because he's got stealing.
bounty bowl knows me night.
With luck, your bounty covers half a meal.
It's hard to get rich. Gather round, gather round.
Okay.
Ooh, got some fight in ya.
Sold out.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
The reason why I played the Omen Hawk over the Avarice and Trapper is mainly because of You've Been Warned, but also because of the fact that he could just pilfer goods my shit anyways. Let's warn him.
Success gets you noticed around here. As the arrow flies.
Let's take him down.
No. Who's gonna get in my way?
Not my first gunfight. The time is right. Strike now.
Eh. That's what he stole from me, huh?
Gotcha.
Swiftly now.
Who's ready to reckon?
As the arrow flies.
Try me.
Wow, somebody's going low, huh? Alright.
Teeth big as tombstones.
No big boys in your deck, huh?
These stories were true. Patience.
Don't stand in my way.
Tread carefully. Go back or under.
No backing down.
Heed my words. Winter take you.
I'll lead us to victory.
That was a weird attack. I'm surprised he attacked there, honestly. Cause my intent was to basically have him pass there and then set up a crazy frostbite combo, but
Swiftly now. A new Freljord will rise.
I mean, I know he's not. I know he's used to like. He's not used to playing my cards, right? But you have no 5-attack units in your deck, and then you steal the one card in my deck that actually gives you a 5-attack unit. You sequence it the other way around. Alright, let's see how we fare against Karma. Karma has always been a rough matchup for Ashe decks, but maybe this Ashe deck can make a difference. I'm gonna drop everything except for the Elixir of Iron, because I want to draw into my Omen Hawks. Elixir of Iron is very important in this matchup for obvious reasons, but Omen Hawk is also important because he buffs up my units and puts them out of range. Having a 4 health Ashe makes a big difference. There we go. There's my boy. I could play you. I am going to.
I deal in coins and carnage.
He may have a thermal beam, but if he does, so be it. Patience. I really like salvage in this deck.
Silent as death.
I'm through waiting.
It's too late for you.
Yeah, there's no way he's blocking this and taking so much damage from the others. The question is, will he waste like a get excited on this? I don't think so. That's the power of Omen Hawk, man. Like, Omen Hawk into Avarus and Trapper. Like, that's a lot of stats that I'm gaining, right? Like, I have a 3-mana 4/4. Wow. Wow. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, but still, wow.
Success gets you noticed around here.
I'm gonna play her.
Imagination is not experience.
And instinct is no substitute.
The dark beckons.
Don't stand in my way. You point, I shoot. You cannot escape. Son of a...
What is gained when we return malevolence?
Don't blink, or you'll miss me. It's not bragging if you can back it up.
Fortune favors the bold. Silent as death.
Time to make some coin.
It's too late for you. Love ya. Shadow.
Alright, Orange Man. I choose you. Kinda sucks that I lost Misfortune, but there's no way I was gonna get an attack off and he was not gonna kill one of my units at least.
You point, I shoot.
I don't miss.
That's a good attack. It's a good attack because I actually can't stop his he's gonna level up now as he attacks, so I can't frostbite him. That's a good sequence.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. Woohoo!
Gotcha.
It sucks having 2 frostbites. This is why this matchup is bad, because these cards tend to be pretty dead. So I think I need, man, I need something that can. I don't even know what I need to top deck here, honestly. Just not another frostbite. Oh wow.
Charged.
Okay. I could be dead. I mean, he needs some specific cards though. But if he has like a deep meditation. Okay. Alright.
Time to make some coin.
Terrible top deck. We completely.
And glory.
we completely did not rely on. Ah. Oh, GG.
Firing!
GG. It was a good match. Yeah, cause Frostbite in this matchup is the shit, dude. Frostbite in this matchup is pretty amazing. I'm gonna keep the rest like this. Because I already have a 3-mana play. Matchups like this is where like you've been warned really comes into play, man. And Elixir of Iron helps me protect Ashe from a single combat as well, potentially. So this is a good hand. I like this hand. Let's go with this. Kinda love it when you get that Omen Hawk turn 1, man. Feels so good. I like that Brutal Steel.
Fortune favors the bold.
I think I want to block with you here. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to put that at Brittle Steel range, but you know.
All the world on one arrow. Love ya. Cute bird. He bulletproof.
Cute face. Talon proof.
Oh! Alright. I think I can either drop Avaros and Trapper, or I can go for the Razor Skill Hunter. I like the Razor Skill Hunter more. Like, because at this range you can single combat potentially, but that's it.
I'll hunt them where they breed.
This gives me a blocker. I like money.
Love your content. I've tried most of your decks and they are so much fun.
Thank you, Frappy.
Rip my ELO though.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's really annoying to see that the guy found 2 single combats in his top 9 cards. That's pretty obnoxious. But what are you gonna do?
Swim quickly, little fish.
Valor. New recruit reporting in. Swiftly now.
The hunt is on.
I won't back down. So soon.
Nothing gets between me and my mark.
Took the bait.
My aim is true.
You'll pay.
Join the drowned. Can't be.
we're made of.
Gotcha.
Avarosans, stand together.
I'm through waiting.
Couldn't use to stop here. Single combat doesn't work. A lot of things don't work. I'm gonna go with
What did we catch?
Flavor and spice.
He's already played 2 single combats.
The war is over. Now we rebuild.
Because with that line of play, I frostbite the Cythria and the unit that they dropped, and for just 1 mana, I got to play my own Yeti. So, like, I was making it so that no matter what he had in hand, he just could not get out of that lethal. If he had another single combat, that would suck. But he already played 2 single combats, and he only went through 10 cards in his deck. 10 cards out of his 40. So if he had 3 single combats in his 10 first cards of his 40 card deck, then so be it. But that was a risk I was willing to take.